I wanted to mention two stories similar to what you just said of your Wilkow story that are even crazier that
Okay.
from behind the scenes that are very similar to your story that happened. I'll tell you the first one's the less crazy one, but it's funny. During Christmas, Wilkow was like, well, he has this thing of let's just play Christmas music. Like I don't care
Right.
what it is, let's just play Christmas music. So I found either me or Mike found Smashing Pumpkins doing a Christmas song, or was Billy Corgan doing a Christmas song? So we played it. It was kind of different, right? And Andrew says on the air, he goes, "Wow, this is interesting. Billy Corgan like doesn't really seem like much of a Christmas guy to me." And then Smashing Pumpkins tweet Andrew from their official account, and they said, Billy just wanted to let you know he enjoys the show and he is a Christmas kind of guy.
Wow.
And we're like, whoa, that's. And then the really crazy one was Andrew was talking about the whole Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner controversy. I don't know if you
Yeah, I
remember this
remember
because
that.
this was the
Yeah, I
craziest.
remember that.
Was he's talking about all this? I pick up the phone and they're like going off. Andrew doesn't know what he's talking about with this transgender stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, what's your name? Where are you calling from? And they're Caitlyn Jenner, put me on. And I hang up the phone because I'm like, I'm not going to take this prank call. Like, it's fucking stupid. We're not doing this. And then I get called back and they're like, it's Caitlyn Jenner. Put me on. And I look at the area code and it is a like Hollywood Hills area code.
Right.
And I'm listening to the voice and I'm like, either this is the greatest impression or this is actually Caitlyn Jenner. So we put Caitlyn Jenner on, has a whole argument with Andrew, and is like, I'm a conservative. I love the show, but you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to the transgender stuff.
Oh,
Is on till the end of the show because we're at the end. Andrew comes into the green room with us or the control room, and he goes, I feel like an idiot. We just got punked. Like, that's not Caitlyn Jenner. And now I look like an idiot arguing with this person and pretending that it is. And
right.
Mike is like, look, I have the number written down. I have a contact at TMZ. I'm pretty sure that was Caitlyn Jenner. And we confirm that it's Caitlyn Jenner. A week later, Caitlyn Jenner comes into Sirius XM to do Radio Andy. And while they're in the green room and everything, they're like, "Hey, Miss Jenner, whatever they want to say, can we do anything for you? Do you want anything to drink, anything to eat?" And she goes, "I want to meet Andrew Wilkow." And they bring and they go to the studio and they're like, Andrew, Caitlyn Jenner's apparently here, wants to meet you. And I think Andrew just didn't want to go solo, and he's like, Ian, you want to come with me? And I'll see if I can put him on screen because I have him. So you have a picture. There's a picture of me with Caitlyn Jenner, Andrew with Caitlyn Jenner, with Caitlyn Jenner's like because Caitlyn Jenner's a fucking Olympian, like with
Yeah.
this big hand
She's
on Andrew's
funny.
shoulder, towering above him.
Right.
Um, and like very nice person. The crazy thing is I met Bruce Jenner when it was Bruce Jenner. I met with Caitlyn Jenner. Very nice person either way. Um, but that was, I mean, like if you think
Wow.
your story's crazy of like I'm in Hollywood and I listen to the show, that was the really crazy one was
Right.
Caitlyn Jenner being I never would think Caitlyn Jenner was a listener. Wilkow would happen to be listening that day.
Oh, he'd hung up on me like a couple years before because he had this question. He's like, "Can libertarian? I think it was Ron Paul was running. I don't know. He's like, can a libertarian win president?" And I I called in. I said, and everyone was like, "Yeah, they can win. They can win." And I called in. And I go, "No, I'm libertarian, and no, there's no way they can win." I said, and then he said, "Would you vote for a libertarian?" And I go, "I don't vote." And he just hung up on me.
We gotta get Andrew. We gotta get Andrew to talk about that, man. One of these days, I'm gonna ask him. Andrew and I just have a love affair with Molly Ringwald. That's our connection because we talk about it on the show. But
I was
yeah,
going to
I don't
ask you
get it.
something
That's
related to
that's about
her.
the only cool thing I have with Andrew
Well,
Wilkow. I got no cool stories.
if it's cool, I have something related to her that actually I would like your take on. Did you guys see that she was in the news this week? I guess she did something with the other stars of The Breakfast Club, and they were asking her about a remake of The Breakfast Club, and she said, this was like her words. I'd have to find the direct quote, but she's like, it'll never happen. It was too white of a movie for this time.
Right.
It doesn't relate to this time period because they don't talk about gender, they don't talk about sexuality and these issues. And I'm wondering your take because I feel like movies like that was the whole point. It was an escape. And look, there are plenty of movies that it's a mainly black cast and no one says this movie's too black, or, a movie like Crazy Rich Asians where it's an Asian cast. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with a mostly white cast and a movie that doesn't tie into those issues. See, I was wondering your take because I think That's what people miss, is the escape of
And
cinema.
that's when I tell you about happy movies, fun movie, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't even think it's about, I mean, that movie was about white suburban teens and white Chicago teens from white suburbs of Chicago. So, okay, that's fine. And I don't know, just trying to shoehorn stuff in, I'm not a big fan of that. And it's silly. I think it's silly. And I think that stuff may be coming to an end, I hope.
Thanks for checking out Battle Line Podcast. This is just a smaller clip from our latest episode, which you can check out in its entirety by clicking here. While you're watching, be sure to hit the subscribe button and thumbs up the video to show your support. Now, if you'd really like to help us out, click the thanks button below to make a donation. It goes directly to us in keeping Battle Line Podcast going.